Just a quick round of introductions. My name is Liz Fletcher. I'm an occupational therapist, work for Sport for Confidence. I lead the national team. And so although Sport for Confidence is mainly based in Essex and Greater London, I happen to be in Sheffield. I'm going to hand over to Andy just for a quick intro.
Hello everybody, my name's Andy. I work in the national team with Liz and I'm also based in the north. I live near to Manchester. Nice to meet you all.
Thanks, Andy. Donna and Jennifer, I'm going to get you to just quickly introduce yourselves now, and then we'll come back to you after Jack's exercise at 10 o'clock. Donna, do you want to go first?
Yeah, hi everybody, I'm Donna. I've been with Sport for Confidence as a participant for 8 years and a volunteer for about 5 years now.
Thanks, Donna. And Jennifer?
I'm Jennifer. I like doing Sport for Confidence and I have a power chair. And Sport for Confidence is brilliant. I've been going for 18 years. 8 years.
I was going to say 18 years. I didn't know it'd been going for that long.
Make me feel old.
Yeah, at Markham's Chase before it was there.
We're looking forward to hearing about your experiences after Jack's exercise. Just going to hand over to Jack, and we're going to get you moving straight away, and then we're going to come back and all have a chat together. All right, hand over to you, Jack.
Right, morning all. My name's Jack. I'm one of the lead coaches. I deliver the model in Chelmsford, Canvey and Basildon, and today we're based on the beautiful Canvey. We're going to get you moving, so we're going to do a really light warm-up, and then we're going to do some low impact exercises for around 20 to 25 minutes, a nice stretch. Let's do it, everybody. I'm going to stick some music on as well. So if you're doing a standing version, just give yourself a little bit of a space. You don't need too much space, okay? But do stand yourselves up, ready to roll. I can see a few of you on my screen as well, which is going to be motivating me, which I love. So if you've got a drink at hand, that would be great as well. So through the exercises, it's going to be at a nice slow pace. Just do as much as you can, okay? We're going to be doing each exercise for around 30 seconds or so. But before we do that, let's get you moving, okay? So I'm going to stick some music on. Hopefully all the tech's working. Yes. Success. Okay. So just to start with, guys, let's have you just marching on the spot, okay? So moving your arms up and down, also driving your knees up. Going to try and move for around 5-6 minutes now. You'll get down. Okay, and then from there, I want your hands on your hips, and we're just doing some rotations. Nice and light. Good way to start your Wednesday here. Get that body moving, get the blood flowing. And then go in the other direction. Yeah, love it. Okay, from there, arms up, just a light twisting of the body. Okay, and then from there, just a circle of the arms. You do 5 or 6 going forward. And then go 5 or 6 going backwards. Loosen you up. And then from there, got a nice wide base down low. Bounce from side to side. In a chair, you can come down the side of the chair like this. Go to your quads with your knees up. Get up and we get down. Okay, and then from there, standing up tall, we're coming up and over. Nice and slow, that one. Oh, yes, I need this as well. And from there, drive your up at the front then. Yeah, keep it up well. Another minute or so. Great. Okay, so you can up behind. Yeah, so it really is full body. Just give your fingers a bit of wiggle for me. Flash in your hand. Rotating our wrist as well. For our circulation, get that blood flowing. Shake that off for me. Okay, finally, to finish the warm up, just pat your legs down. Give a bit of a squeeze, bit of impact. Wake those muscles up. Same on the arms. Give a bit of a rub down. Right, there you go. Grab yourself a drink. You've got a drink. We're going to go into our first 3 exercises. About 10 seconds. Okay, so exercise number 1 today, I'll demo each exercise and then we follow us up for 30 seconds or so, okay? So exercise 1 is a star step. Okay, so step into the side and our arms up. If you're feeling really hard, you can go star jumps. It's a bit too early for star jumps in my opinion. Right, so star step, we're going for around 30 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and go. Coming in. Okay, here we go. Oh, Liz is doing full star jumps. Yes, Liz. Bringing the energy. We'll be there at the end. Good, everybody. Keep it going. Keep it going. I'll fry a few people on it. Let's go. Okay, we're almost there. 3, 2, 1, and stop that there for me. Take a nice deep breath. Exercise number 2 today is going to be a squat with a hold. You're going to squat down, leg day. Hold it, and then come up. Doing it in the chair, maybe lean forward, nice for lower back, and then up, okay? Exercise 2 today. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Down. And up. Down. Hold. And up. Down. And up. Down. And up. Right, let's pop a few quick ones. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Right there. And down. And hold. Hold it. And up. Yes. Okay, that's exercise number 2. Kick those legs out. Feeling that one today, play. Exercise number 3 today is going to be boxing striking. So you've got a nice side facing the feet, striking to the front, straight jabs. You're also striking uppercut and hooks. So for 30 seconds, maybe you've got space, change direction as you do it. Let's do it. 3, 2, 1, and we're live. Here we go. Same tune, I've got to change that. Come on, keep it going. Change it in the break. Almost there. 3, 2, 1, and relax, everybody. Yes. Okay. Grab yourself a drink if you need it. Catch yourself a breath if you need it. Okay. Exercise 4 today, okay, is going to be a 3-step lunge. So one leg stays stationary, nice bend in that leg as well. Stepping to the front, stepping to the side, stepping backwards. If you are doing purely seated, you can do shoulder press up, chest press forward, and then push you to the side with the arms, okay, if you're doing the seated version. 30 seconds on each leg, maybe 20 seconds, that'll be nice. 3, 2, 1, go. After the drop. Step forward, step side, step back. 1 foot stays stationary. Nice soft knees. Exercise number 4. You're feeling nice and warm now, hopefully. Back. Okay. And change to the other leg. 3, 2, 1, go. Come on. Have you got to do in your office? Yeah. What's that? 3, 2, 1, and relax everybody. Okay, straight on to the next one. Nice light one, this one. You're going to reach down and the tip toes, then you reach to the side, and then you go up with the tip toes. Balls out. So touching the toes, reaching up, tip toe. Okay? Going for that one. 3, 2, 1, go. Balance on your tiptoes slightly. So up on your tiptoes, then hold it. Work those calves, work on your balance. Like that. Okay, we're going to do one more exercise after this, then we'll do a few stretches just to bring the heart rate down. Relax, beautiful guys. Okay, exercise number 6, the last one. We're just going to have a jog on the spot with a sprint finish. We're going to be nice and light on our toes. When I say go, I want you to pump the arms, pump the legs hard. This is the last one. Come on, put it in for me. Right, so we're light at the moment. Light jog. There. Okay, pick it up a little bit then. Pick it up a little bit. Let's build our way up. And go a bit faster. And then full sprint. Go. Yes. Come on, come on, come on. And stop. And give yourselves a clap. Well done, everybody. There are your 6 exercises. Grab yourself a drink. Let's finish with a bit of a stretch, okay? Oh, it's going to be breathing heavy in the morning today. Okay, let's bring it right down. Stretches. Just for the last 5 minutes or so, okay? Okay, so to start with, nice base down low. You're going to bring your arms up. Hold those arms up. Really push into the air. Hold it. And then slowly down the side. Now you're going to join your hands behind your back. Roll the shoulder blades backwards. Slide those arms down. And slowly release that stretch. Now you're going to bring your arms to the front. Roll your shoulders forward, tuck your head under. Pushing forward. And slowly release. Okay, from there you've got a straight leg. Slide your hands down your lap. You get down as far as you can. Your hamstrings in your glutes. And slowly come back up. We're going to do that same movement, but now unlock the legs. You've got a slight bend in the leg, and doing the same, pushing your hips back. Down. And up. Okay, from there, you're going to touch your own shoulder. You're going to drive that elbow up. Hold that there. Slowly release. Same on the other side, touch the shoulder, drive the elbow back. We'll even try to get back to. Down you come. Okay, bringing the arm up across the body, then underhook, pull that arm in towards yourself. And slowly release. Same on the other side, of course. Up, across and in. Couple more, guys. Okay, last couple, just coming up and over once more. Maybe you can get a bit further over. Over moving. Same on the other side. Okay, and from there, we're just going to finish with 3 big cleansing breaths. So I want you to inhale through the nose, a nice deep breath, breathe from the belly, and then we're going to exhale through the mouth, okay? Just to bring our heart rate right down. So in your own time, you can do that. So I'm going to go in 3, 2, 1, breathing in. And exhaling. Maybe a recovery breath in between. And once again, breathing in. And out. One more recovery breath. And our last deep one, biggest one of all. And out. And guys, give yourselves a clap. There's your 20 minutes of that daily exercise there. Nice bit of HIIT training. I hope that wasn't too hard. Hope that was just right. Well done, everybody. I see everybody on the screen, which is brilliant. Working hard with me.
Jack.
Motivating me.
Thanks, Jack.
Cheers, Jen. You're welcome.
Thank you.
It's really good.
Just while everybody has a little breather, it would be brilliant if everybody on the call today could introduce yourselves in the chat. Just say hello, who you are, whether you're an OT clinician, where you work, or whether you're an OT student and which university you go to. Anything that you want to share about yourself, we would love to hear a little bit about you. I guess one downside about this kind of quick hour of moving OTs is we don't have enough time to necessarily interact all together, but just to make you aware that we do have a moving OTs networking session every other month, and so you're all welcome to that. But Jack, I know you have to rush off at some point, and I just wanted to say thank you for that. That was brilliant.
Cheers, Liz. Thanks, guys.
I loved it, and I just think we shouldn't feel guilty, should we, for doing a bit of exercise during our working day, and it's a good way to start the day, I think. What do you all think? Yeah, we should all be doing it.
Practice what we preach.
Yeah. I guess just before you head off, Jack, I know we haven't prepped for this, and so I'm putting you on the spot slightly, but do you want to just share a little bit about your experience of Sport for Confidence? Because you are one of the original members, aren't you?
Yeah, goodness me, that's a bit of a big question, loaded question. My kind of background come from like mainstream coaching. I met our director, Lindsay, when I was around 16, 17. That's when I actually met Jen and Donna in and around those times as well, a long, long time ago. And we would put the first, would have been the seed for Sport for Confidence, really, so inclusive sessions within a mainstream centre. So we started doing 1 hour a week, and it's now, you know, it's really grown to, well, in Basildon, a 5-day model. There's lots of different sessions that are available. There's swim sessions, gym sessions, gymnastics sessions, cycling sessions. You know, it's really, really grown. So we're just trying to, I don't know, have something out there for everybody, really. So hopefully speaking to Jen and Donna today will give you a nice bit of background of kind of what we do from a participants and a service users perspective.
Whenever no, it's good, that's good. Whenever I see you though, Jack, when I come and visit the centres, you've always got a smile on your face, and you're just really engaging well with everybody. So what do you personally love about what you do?
Oh God, I just love it really. I don't know. I'm really into sport and exercise myself, so I come from a football background, and I suppose it's just something that's really meaningful, and I can see the impact I'm having as a coach and a trainer, firsthand on the community. I suppose a lot of the guys have been coming for a long time. Lots of really nice success stories. I don't know. I just love it really.
And that kind of relationship of an OT, occupational therapist, and a coach working together, I mean, it just seems to work really well, from my opinion anyway, kind of looking in on the sessions and how well you guys like engage with so many different people from lots of different backgrounds, lots of different abilities, all at the same time often.
Yeah, 100%. It was working obviously alongside an OT. And OTs, I'm here with Lucy today. It really kind of shaped my coaching style, I suppose you could say. I started doing it when I was like 16, 17. It's a long time ago. I'm 32 now. I think I'm 32 now. So I've been doing it a long time. But it working alongside the health professional definitely, really shaped my coaching style, I suppose. And we're trying to, as a company, I suppose, from my point of view, we're trying to bring more young coaches into this sort of coaching. Instead of mainstream coaching, there's different avenues available, especially in a full-time coaching role, which there's not a lot about really. So it's a really nice opportunity for the coaching community, I suppose, to get involved in different styles of stuff, different stuff, to pave the way for them, I suppose.
It seems just like such a great relationship, both for the OT and for the coach. I hear the coaches within Sport for Confidence sounding like OTs, but then vice versa. The coach, the OTs are picking up them skills from coaches as well, and that kind of way of working together just makes a perfect combination, I think.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah. Okay, well, I am gonna switch the focus to Andy, Donna, and Jennifer. Yeah, and I will ask these guys like a series of questions around their experiences, not just to do with Sport for Confidence, but around physical activity and inactivity. And I know these guys really well, and I know that they're really open. And if you anybody in the audience as such has any particular questions, if you just write them in the chat, or feel free to turn off your microphone and jump in. We're happy to keep things pretty relaxed and informal, so we don't mind a few random shout outs. And so who shall I start with? Andy, I think I'm going to start with you. And you have been at Sport for Confidence now for almost a year, Andy?
It's just over 6 months, Liz, actually.
Oh my God,
maybe it seems like too long already.
I know you so well.
Yeah.
You've done so much work in 6 months.
That's kind of you to say.
Do you want to explain your role a little bit, and maybe a bit about you and your background?
Yeah, sure. So I've already I said I'm an occupational therapist, and I'm based up in the north of England with yourself, Liz. But I also live with cerebral palsy, so I've got a background of engaging with healthcare services, with occupational therapists, physiotherapists, speech and language therapists, a whole array of healthcare professionals. But and neither they nor I don't think any of the doctors have ever talked to me really about physical activity, which I feel is quite a shame. And in the north of England where I live, there isn't really a great access for myself and others I know with disabilities for access to physical activity, opportunities to be active, and there isn't the kind of the model, anything like the model, down in Essex, I think, which is a shame. But it's great to work from the north with Liz and to try and help engage other OTs and coaches around the country to understand about how important it is to people with disabilities. And as part of my role, I also engage with wonderful participants like Jennifer and Donna to understand about their experiences at Sport for Confidence and how we can best gather feedback on people's experiences at Sport for Confidence and how we can, I suppose, evidence what we do and how we can change our services in Essex, and as a result to be better, or just continuously improve, and that we could perhaps, I don't know, add to that helps with the conversation across the rest of the country, doesn't it? And it's so valuable to have Jennifer and Donna on the call today to talk, to be able to talk about their experiences as directly to everybody. I think that's so helpful.
Thanks, Andy. Just before we move on to Donna and Jennifer, just wanted to pick up on your comment there about we know that there's not Sport for Confidence as a model and many other places across the country, but there might be kind of pockets of good practice and pockets of sporting sessions that sort of people feel that they can access. But when you say that, as in there's not the opportunities for you, say in where you live, what does that mean? I mean, in terms of what do you need in terms of feeling able, or feeling that you have choice, or feeling welcome and included in a sporting session to make you feel that you can keep going back to somewhere? What is it that you're after? I mean, I know that that's also a loaded question.
Sure.
But just maybe a snapshot of the first things that come to your head.
Yeah. It's an interesting question, because to walk into a Sport for Confidence leisure centre in Essex, I have no anxiety about that, but to then walk into a leisure centre in the north of England, it is anxiety provoking how people are going to engage with you. People are going to understand your disability, whether people think you can be active at all with having a disability still, but there are coaches and there are health professionals, I think, who think that being physically active is potentially risky or it's not helpful. So really, I don't know. I've had, during the pandemic, engaged with social prescribers, and I think it was just a case of they picked up, said, here's a contact number for leisure centre, and there you go. And I think that's a shame. It's really that support into the leisure centres, like I think at Sport for Confidence, it's occupational therapists helping have those contacts with people who provide physical activity sessions, and then supporting that progression into sessions and engaging with coaches and supporting them to enable coaches to be able to support me and support others to be more confident. I think that's such an important word in the title of Sport for Confidence, because I think a lot of it is around confidence, and I think it's building that confidence to be able to go to sessions and continue to go to sessions and support people around all the challenges around being in an environment which may feel quite, what's the word, ableist, I think is a word that's come up quite a lot, that it's all designed for people who are, you can do all that activities and what have you, but it's got to feel like something for me and for something for others who may have similar conditions.
Yeah, thanks, Andy. That's
Thank
really
you.
interesting. Thanks for sharing some of that. Heard so many times of so many different people that kind of even stepping in. It's not even stepping in, it's even prior to that, isn't it? Stepping into a leisure centre. It's even that thought of going to a leisure centre can be hugely anxiety provoking for so many different reasons, personal reasons, but also like maybe the history of leisure centres and what they might represent for some people, and it's not necessarily a welcoming environment. And so having that kind of occupational therapy support to grade people in, and also to work with them with the leisure centre and with the leisure centre staff, I think is something that we do at Sport for Confidence well, and it is so needed, I personally think, across the country. I'm definitely going to come back to you, Andy, and feel free also to chip in and ask questions as we go. But Donna, coming to you first, just because you're kind of next on my screen rather than anything else. If you just want to introduce yourself a little bit more than you did before, and maybe start at that kind of initial point of why you even came to Sport for Confidence in the first place.
Yeah, so I'm Donna. I came to, well, it was through my physio. I was having hydrotherapy, but that only lasts for 6 months off. 6 months on, sorry, 6 months off. And I went to a special needs school, but the transition wasn't as accessible as I would have liked it to have been, because I kept saying, well, I want to do this when I went to college, and I did a couple of courses, but the after transition, no one told me about Sport for Confidence. No one supported me in finding things to do. So after I'd finished special education, then my college courses, I was kind of left on the shelf because I didn't think or wasn't aware that something like Sport for Confidence and people like Jack and the team existed. I had to wait to when I finally met my second physio. I'd been through one and he'd left to do another job, and he did speak about Sport for Confidence, but because he was leaving to prepare for another job, we didn't finish the conversation. So I had to wait like 6 months before I met my new physio. And then I said, oh, Gandhi, Mobilaji said there was something called Sport for Confidence and I would be interested in it, but he didn't explain what it was because he was leaving to prepare for another job. And I said I'd definitely be interested because I'm fed up with daytime TV, because I didn't dream of going into the leisure centre independently, because at school sometimes I was told, well, you don't want to play football, go for a walk around the playground. No one helping me like adapt it. So when Jack I always remember when on a Tuesday we have like a 10-week programme, and when football was come up, I went, okay, I'll be sitting outside just watching. But Jack stood or got a teammate to stand by me and see if I could kick the ball. I was on my K-walker at the time, and I was like, oh, I'm not sure if this is going to be all right. And then along comes Lindsay, the occupational therapist. She stands behind my frame. So, because I was worried about my frame tipping and me going, because if something's going to go, you're going to go down. It's the joys of having CP, cerebral palsy. And so Lindsay stood behind my frame. A teammate held the ball because I was about to lift my leg to kick, obviously. So, and then I kicked it, and unfortunately, the goalkeeper was so good that he saved it. But it was the fact that I did it. Jack didn't say, oh, go for a walk around the park. He said, you can do it. And that's always been, to me, I say it a lot, that Sport for Confidence is magic. They see something in you that you can't always see. So you're expecting someone to say, no, you can't do that. Why do you want to do that? But when you step in the environment with Sport for Confidence, they were like, there's coaches and there's OTs, but we're allowed to lead in adaptions, or please could I have a go? Please could we do things this way? You are led by a coach, but there is participant lead as well, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Thanks, Donna. I just wanted to ask you a little bit about what your expectations were. I mean, it sounds like your physio knew you well enough to know that you might be interested in Sport for Confidence, but obviously it must have felt like quite a new concept for you. And what did you expect, and did it meet your expectations or beat them or not?
For me, it beat them because I thought, oh no, another disabled community. Here we go again. And I do remember asking Mum to stay in the car park in case I'd had enough within 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 5 seconds. That's not against the team, but sometimes people see your disability and think the only thing they can do with you is sit you in a circle and throw a ball. Or a parachute, you know, let's wave the parachute up and down. And I said to Mum, stay in the car park, don't go too far, because I don't think I'm going to be here for very long. Because I thought it was going to be another one of those groups where, yes, I was getting out of the house, but I'm going to be sitting, not doing much, just throwing a ball, saying my name and bouncing up and down a parachute. And so, yeah, I always say that Sport for Confidence beat my expectations a lot, because there's things I've done that I've never dreamed I would do. There's people I've met that I've never dreamed that I would meet, because Donna, after she left school, because of the lack of support or the lack of knowledge that I was given, wouldn't dream of even daring to participate in the games or even supporting a friend to participate in a bocce tournament. That wouldn't. I did the course, I could train her, I could coach her, but I wouldn't have dreamed that I'd sit there the opposite way round to actually help a friend in a bocce tournament. And sometimes you can be having, even in lockdown, you can be having the lowest day possible, and then you get a phone call from the team saying, Donna, can you come to this meeting and tell your story? Or can you do this? And I'm like, okay, yeah, if you believe I can do it, I will do it.
Thanks, Donna. I'm going to go on to Jennifer and ask her a few questions, but I want to come back to all of you and kind of, I want to get an impression from you about how you've grown and developed, because you two are slightly unique, aren't you, in the sense that you've been here since the very beginning. And that's not the case for everybody. You know, we have new participants coming in all the time to Sport for Confidence. And but I guess it's your leisure centre, isn't it, in your community? And so if you want to stay for 6 years, 7 years, 8 years, or for the rest of the time that it's open, it's your choice, I guess, isn't it? And I'm interested to hear how your confidence has developed in a bit more detail, and what sports and everything you've been involved with. I'll come back to that. Jennifer, do you want to introduce yourself in a bit more detail and maybe start at that initial point of getting to know Sport for Confidence?
Okay. Well, I spent 13 years in bed, and it took a lot of effort for me, and I was not really getting up out of my bed, so I had an OT to get me out of bed. Only last for 5 minutes and stuff, and I started a photo challenge, seeing how far I could go, seeing how far I can move myself.
And was this to help you get towards sport, to attending Sport for Confidence?
Yeah, and getting me out again, because I was spent 13 years in bed. So it took a really big challenge for me, because I was really nervous. But Lindsay helped me, and Jack did, and Donna. But I went to Markham's Chase with one of the OTs, Lindsay, and Chris McLeod, before it got Sport for Confidence, and we went there. Sometimes there were a lot, and then sometimes there weren't. And then I gradually got back to going. Then I think I went to Sport for Confidence, but I was really worried. But I was in contact with Lindsay, so she met me there. Because she always, even now, she'll still come in on Wednesdays and greet us as we come through the doors and see how our days are. if we're having a good day or a bad day. And before, when I first started, I only used to start 5 minutes and used to get upset and then have to go home. But now I can do the whole session because I've grown like that.
That's brilliant. You've come so far, haven't you, Jennifer, in for spending that long, in bed when you look back, then at that time in your life, could you have seen yourself kind of doing all the different activities that you do now in terms of the sport? You're quite sporty now, aren't you? Really? I mean, it's in the way that you talk. I know we've talked loads before in the past, but the way you identify yourself, you're a sporty person now, I would say. What's your view on that?
I didn't think I would ever like sport, but now I do. I used to go to Gloucester Park and go swimming, but now I love it in the teaching pool swimming. And really just like working with Liz with our team workbook as well. We've been working with Liz, me and Donna and some of us. And we have a chat with Andy. He's always good.
That's brilliant. Thanks. I love the thanks for the compliment. Don't get many, so it's nice when I get one. So what kind of different activities do you do then at Sport for Confidence, Jennifer?
I do archery, sometimes ball games, curling, boccia. We go around the track sometimes when the weather's, and ball games and volleyball, but it depends on how many coaches they've got. We really need more coaches to come to Basildon to help us on Wednesdays.
Yeah, if there's any volunteers out there, we need a few more, don't we, Jack?
I'm trying my hardest, Jen. I'm trying to get them. Wednesday's just the worst day. We're all busy.
Right, let's go back to Donna slightly in the terms of, I know you've taken on sort of more roles and opportunities within the sports centre and not just within Sport for Confidence, outside of Sport for Confidence. And that's true for you as well, isn't it, Jennifer? I think you've done Sport for Confidence has been a real stepping stone for you. You've got into sports, met lots of new people. And I've heard before that the door is open to lots of different other opportunities. And I'm interested about your experience, your journey through that in terms of how it's built your confidence and what it's led on to. You want to go first, Donna?
Yeah, sorry. For me, it's also the magic night of Sport for Confidence. It did, and my family have said it too in previous meetings. You changed her life. You got her into sport. You got her wanting to go out, where sometimes I had my free bus pass, but I only went to Basildon or Lakeside. And then I went to Sport for Confidence. And it's the power, I think. You can have daily routines as someone with daily dreams or daily things you want to achieve, but you don't succeed because there's a lot of acting inclusion but not inclusion, if that makes sense. So when you go into Sport for Confidence, and some people can have simple achievements like going to buy a cup of tea in the cafe. My achievement was I want things to do. I don't want a job, but I want to give back to the people that have been there for me, whether that's healthcare professionals, the team at Sport for Confidence. I always remember, I think it was Lindsay, a couple of summers ago, she said to me, "Oh, can you come and coach a boccia session with people with dementia?" And I had a brief background because we had a member of my family going through dementia, and I was thinking, well, he doesn't really talk to me, but if Lindsay's there, I'll be okay. you know, because she'll give me some pointers like run the session this way, have something yellow because they can't see a ball if it's on white, or don't put it on the black line because they'll think it's a hole, that won't be very successful. So I said, okay, if you think I can do it, I'll do it. So I did, and I never dreamed, and I remember smiling but feeling sad, oh, I wish I could do this with Grandad at the time and get him active, because that people were smiling at me, people were treating me like their granddaughter. And even at Peaceful Place, there's a community that we see in Basildon called Peaceful Place, and they have dementia, and they've adopted me because Jack put me with them for the Christmas bocce tournament, and they go, oh, hello Donna, can you come and play with us today? Before I've even listened to got my instruction from Jack and Lindsay, they're wanting me to come and play with them. So I'm like, okay, yeah, of course I'll come and play. And like I say, I never dreamed that I could be active. I never dreamed that I would be busy 5 days a week, doing different volunteer meetings with everyone. So I never dreamed of that. And some days you think, oh, I'm going to have a rest today. Or you finish a day, whether it's with Sport for Confidence, and then you're like, I'm going to have a rest tomorrow. And then 10 minutes later, this is not a dig, but this is a joke. And then Andy will phone you saying, Donna, can you come to this meeting? Or don't forget our chat. Or Liz will say, can you come to this meeting? And that was brilliant for me in lockdown, because I was like, I'm missing my volunteering. I can't go out. And people said, well, my dad, when I was booking on for hospital appointments, people were saying, why are you phoning the landline? She's out from 8:30 and she's not back yet. She's safe, I know that. Like my dad would say to people, she's safe, I know that, because she'd text me if she wasn't, and I'd go and get her. But she's safe, so please ring her mobile. It's da-di-da-di-da-di-da.
Thanks, Donna. I don't know what it's like for you guys listening to Donna and Jennifer, but for me, as an OT, it kind of like is exactly what I hoped for in terms of training to be an OT, and in terms of using my skills. You've mentioned a little bit about how Lindsay helped you, or Jennifer, you talked about actually then the initial steps to come into a leisure centre were taking photographs. I think that's such an important point, that actually your initial steps to being a sporty person started off by taking photographs. And I can see how that's an OT intervention, but not everybody necessarily would work like that. And I think, Donna, the amount of skills that you've built up over the years, I know this about you and your experience, but that you've had that occupational therapist and the coach, and that supportive environment, and the door's been open for you, but you've had a choice, haven't you, as to when you've needed support, and you've asked for that help, or you've been ready to lead a session and to build them skills. And I think that choice is so important for people to have. I guess, yeah. I was going to ask, Jennifer, are you still there? Jennifer, I was just going to ask you about what this Sport for Confidence experience has helped you do outside of Sport for Confidence.
It's made me get a lot more confident, and made me have a lot more friends. And when I first went there, I only had my manual, but now I have my power chair, but I can adapt stuff all the time. I like going out for walks much more now.
Brilliant.
And I like getting out and getting fresh air, because I do have depression. So it's good for me to go out and get a bit of endorphins, because if I didn't, I would get really low.
I think certainly something that I've noticed as well is that it's not just a leisure centre, and I think when the model's up and running in the best possible way, the leisure centre becomes a community hub, a community space, a social space for people to meet, to eat together, to drink together, to make friends, and it's the connections between, again and again, it's the choice, isn't it? You know, I'm sure you do get on with most people there, but it's, yeah, go on, Jennifer.
Yeah, we chat to people. It's more like social. We do sport, but we go around talking to people and helping them. It's just it's lovely and it's magic. And me and Donna do Wednesdays there at Multisport at 1 o'clock. Maybe some of you could come down to see it in action. So then it's not just us saying it, you can actually see it in real life as well, how it all works. If that could be arranged, I don't know.
Yeah, that could be arranged. If anybody is interested in visiting, we do take a lot of visitors all the time. We actually have a system set up to enable that to happen. So please just get in contact with me and we can sort that out. It's just liz@sportforconfidence.com. So yeah. Andy, I don't know. I'll go on to Andy. I want to ask Andy something, but Donna and Jennifer, as we're drawing to a close, if there's anything else that you would just like to say, just in terms of your experience or any message that you want to share with any of us about sport, health, disability, then go for it. But I'm just going to go for Andy first. Andy, just touching a little bit on what you previously said about sport for confidence not being everywhere and they're not being the opportunities everywhere. What would be your personal hope in terms of what should the opportunity, what should there be in terms of opportunities for people, and what would you like to see? Maybe some small changes and some bigger changes.
Thanks. It's got to feel quite emotional hearing the stories from Jennifer and Donna, and it's brilliant. I would hope that occupational therapists will readily recognise the value of physical, it's an opportunity. It's a medium as well. It's not just about physical. It's how we can work through sport and physical activity to address challenges with people's daily life and help people to feel more independent. That frustrates me quite a lot, that a lot of occupational therapists don't and health professionals more widely don't recognize that. I mean, I think there's moving medicine, there's a network, there's moving social work or moving social care, and I hope they'd all be linked up together and as well at some point. That would be my hope. It's not, there's a lot of talk about helping people with long-term conditions, but I think sometimes there's not so much talk about helping people with disabilities more widely. And yeah, that's it.
That's great. No, I share a similar hope. I'd love more occupational therapists to be working in this area, and I hope that people can hear from the examples and from the stories that Donna and Jennifer have shared that it's sport and physical activity is an important segment of the pie, isn't it? It's one part. And although sport is our assessment tool and a therapeutic tool that we use within our work, it's not always the end outcome. You know, it might be about making friends or feeling part of your community or building skills and confidence to do other things. And rarely would an occupational therapist be working towards a goal to become physically fitter unless that person wants that. We happen to get people physically fitter because of the way that we operate, and we would love more occupational therapists to join us in working in this way, and yes, please connect with us on after this session if you're interested to know more. But I'm going to give the final word, unless there's any comments, although I've not given anybody time for comments. We're going to have Donna and
Liz, I wouldn't have dreamed of going to Sport for Confidence before. I would have never thought it was possible. At the leisure centre, I would have never thought it was possible to go to the leisure centre if it hadn't been for it.
Thanks, Jennifer. Thank you. I'm so glad that you are attending the leisure centre regularly, and you're such a valued participant and member of the Sport for Confidence community. Donna, any final words from you? You're on mute though, you're on mute.
Yeah, I was just going to say, if for me, sometimes it doesn't matter if the physical activity is not achievable for what you might be going through on the way or on the way to. It's still an achievement to get out the front door and be part of your community, even if I know we used to do this, Jennifer, didn't I? I used to come and sit with you and say things are okay, you've still made it outside the front door, you got here and you can get back again, and it doesn't matter if you stay for 5 minutes, you've still been here, you've still been part of the community. And I guess we as people, sometimes we're like staff, sometimes we're participants, but we also sometimes, and we all said it, because when lockdown was low for a lot of people, it was like the whole community, that would be staff, occupational therapy, physio, coaches, made us part of the family, because Christmas Eve, the 23rd of December, Christmas Eve, sorry, the 23rd of December, we all got together and we did a Christmas Day dance on Zoom. So, yes, we were all low because we didn't have the community in the leisure centres where it is like a social hub. Sometimes I forget I've done sport because I've seen this person, that person, and we've all branched off to our own little networks. But it is like part of a family. There are boundaries, but you feel like there's not really boundaries, because like Christmas Eve, we got together and we had a dance, like a Christmas party. I think actually one year it was Christmas Eve, and you guys the staff didn't have to do that. They could have thought, oh, leave them all out, we're resting now. And I do remember coming back for a little bit after lockdown happened, and one of the participants' family members were like, oh, I bet you've all, to one of the occupational therapists, I bet you've all had a good rest without this lot. And I wheeled away, because I said I explained myself after the comment. I said, oh, sorry, so I just had to move away because I was really going to let rip and stick up for you lot, because you haven't been resting. You worked Christmas Eve one year, and that's not normal for us all to get together like that. Normally the session's finished about the 18th of December and we don't see anybody, or may not see anybody, until the 6th of January. So Megan was like, oh, it's fine, I understand why you did that, because I just didn't want to. I wanted because of the magic light and empowerment. I bet they all wish sometimes they didn't give me empowerment and taught me how to speak, because because I do jump to you guys' defense as well sometimes, and because I was like, because I remember going to this person, you stay so calm, I wasn't so calm. I had to go away because I wanted to stick up for you all and say, we do realise just because you haven't been on the Zoom sessions, they've worked 365 days a year. And even before Zoom became a thing, they were phoning us. I mean, these people are people too. They can have issues about not seeing their family and friends, but yet they still pick up the phone to us and have, oh, how are you, so-and-so? How are you? And I think you should try this today. And that's sort of how Jennifer started. And as she's told you, she wouldn't be here without it.
Thanks, Donna. I'm definitely, after that speech, I'm definitely attending the next Christmas dance. I mean, I have been there for the last couple of years, but with my Christmas hat on. But, you know, after that, it was brilliant. Thank you. I'm going to draw to a close. We've gone past 10:30 only just. And but if anybody in the audience has time to make a comment or just to say thanks to Donna, Jennifer, and Andy. Any comments, questions, we'll always get back to you, and really willing and happy to have further and ongoing discussions. And I've loved this session, loved talking to you two, love listening to you. So thanks to me, and I guess have a good day, everybody. I'd like to engage in chat with you all on another occasion. So yeah, but have a good day. I hope you've enjoyed the movement and everything, and speak to you all soon.
Thank you, Liz. Bye. And Andy, Donna, and Jennifer. It was really good. I really enjoyed that, and I'd definitely like to have some more conversations with you, Liz.
Yeah, brilliant. Yeah, just email me. I'll put it. Have you got my email?
Did you say liz@sportsforconfidence.com?
Yeah, I'll put it in the chat though, just in case.
Okay, great. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Thanks, everyone. Nice to meet you. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, Liz.
Thanks, Jennifer. See you later.
See you.